are you, bud?
Chris, nice to meet you.
You want to go for a ride in a Lambo?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's rock and roll. Let's get it started up. Welcome, bud.
All right,
man. Well, you're familiar with cars.
Yeah, a little.
A little bit,
A
right?
little. So what is this?
This is a Lamborghini SVJ.
First time in an SVJ.
It's your first time?
Yes.
And what about Lambos in general?
I've been in an Aventador once.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, it gets down. We've got a Gintani.
We gotta get you another keychain. I got a nice, Chrisfix keychain for you.
Oh, sweet. Oh, I appreciate that,
There you
Chris.
go.
Hell yeah. Boom. Is this your first time at Cars and Coffee?
No, I've been a couple of times.
Sweet.
I keep it on the DL. I don't wear any of my stuff, and I just walk around. That way I can like enjoy the show and just check everything out.
100%. Oh, I get it. I get it. All right, let's rock and roll.
All right. Exhaust is aftermarket?
It is Gintani, straight piped, titanium. There is a tune on it.
Okay. Who does your tuning?
So Gintani did the tune, and then the guys over at Lambo Sarasota, my man Jarrett, the master tech over there, he does all the other stuff.
Oh, sweet. All-wheel drive?
All wheel. So what do you do for a living, bud?
I make YouTube videos.
How long have you been doing that?
10 years, actually, yesterday.
10 years. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you grow up in the area?
No, I'm from Jersey.
Okay, so are you living here?
Just moved down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. Fishing's awesome, weather's awesome. People down here are amazing. I've made so many good friends, like legit good people.
Good people.
Yep.
You know, I will say that it has to do with the sunshine. People are typically in a better mood.
It has to be.
You know?
Got to deal with the hurricanes. Got the whole smorgasbord of Florida last year, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Got an alligator on my property. I got the hurricanes, the flooding, all that stuff. So I feel like I've been welcomed, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, the hurricanes that hit, if you can get through those,
we're good, right? That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Yeah, man. That was once in a lifetime stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been here my whole life. I've never seen a hurricane hit 2 in a row like that back to back.
Yeah.
And the way that it did, yeah, that was special. What got you into the YouTube game? Like what inspired you, or how did you have like a goal in mind that you wanted to be YouTube famous, or did it something you just kind of fell on?
There was no fame or anything with YouTube when I started, right?
Yeah.
There was no money, there was no fame. It was just I wanted to help people.
Right.
So I saw people like wanting to learn, and I figured this was my way, you know?
I asked you what you do for a living, but I do know. But for those that follow me or that don't know, Chris right here is the guy to watch when it comes to fixing anything on a car.
How about yourself? What do you do for a living?
So, started bodybuilding as a teenager.
Okay.
I turned, I took like the World Teen Show in 2004.
Okay,
And then I turned pro at 24 years old in 2010. Competed for a few years as a pro, and then I retired after I had kids and a fam. And I just decided to focus on business and my family. And I launched Steel Supplements 2016 and a clothing company as well. And that's just segued into other businesses and ventures. And I've always been involved in business. I've had a storefront since I was 20 years old.
You were always that entrepreneurial type of person.
Yeah, man. And so in the bodybuilding realm, I have a following of some sorts within the fitness space that I built for a few years, but after that, the primary focus was Steel Supplements, building out the other businesses that I do have.
Awesome.
So
that's pretty cool.
And then my objective here is, I would say, somewhat parallel to what you do. Lambo and the drives that we do, the objective is to like pay it forward.
Yeah, get the kids hooked, right?
Exactly. Somebody did it for me when I was a kid, and it changed my life.
That's the same thing here. I saw it, not a ride along, but I saw a Hummer drive across my street.
Awesome.
And I was like, I want one of those.
Like an old H1?
Yeah. Like I thought that was the coolest thing, and I was like, Dad, what is that? He's like, oh, it's a Hummer. And then later that day, we over by Red Lobster, there's a dealership, and they had Hummers lined up. My parents took me to go check them out, and he's like, if you go to a good school and you work hard, you'll be able to afford one of those. So that was like part of my motivation to do well, right?
Yeah, that's fantastic. My Hummer was like my dream vehicle too. So that was the first purchase I made, was an H1.
No way, that's sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, the objective here is like, I've built these businesses. We've been fortunate enough to be able to get cool cars, and we just want to be able to share them and inspire other kids, because like I said, somebody did for me, and if I can do that for somebody else, and they can do that, and it
100%.
continues on generation after generation, we've done what we're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Similar story. My my dad's a personal trainer, and we were in Publix one time. I was, I think, 10 years old, and I asked him, I saw I think it was Motor Trend magazine, there was a Dodge Viper on the cover, and I'm like, dude, that is the coolest freaking car I've ever seen. And at the time in Sarasota, you didn't see a lot of nice cars. Just 30 years ago, you didn't see it. And my dad says, oh yeah, my client, he's got one of those. And that just blew my mind.
Yeah.
The fact that the degrees of separation were so close, I was right. My dad knew somebody
who had that.
And that was enough for me to go.
It's obtainable now, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
It changed my life. And then when I was a teenager, a guy took me for a ride in a Ferrari, and it was
Which
game
Ferrari?
over. Man, I don't even remember.
Just knew it was a Ferrari.
Yeah, I knew it was a Ferrari.
Back then, yep.
I was like 13 years old, and
I'm just wondering if it was a Testarossa, because that's like a childhood, car of our childhood.
It definitely wasn't a Testarossa.
Okay.
I don't remember, but it changed my life. Forever grateful.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome, dude. That's great that you do this stuff.
It's cool, man. I love it. And some of the kids that we've got to meet, it's changed my life as well, just to be able to see the reactions.
Yeah, to afford them that opportunity, that they otherwise might not have.
Exactly. All right, Chris. Well, are you ready to give it a little juice?
Heck yeah.
Let's do it, brother. Here we go, buddy.
Man, that is awesome.
Yeah?
That's exhilarating.
I'm sure you've been in a lot of fast cars.
I've been in fast cars, but that's just that all-wheel drive grip, the sound, the feel. Every car, the best thing about cars is every car has its own feel. It doesn't matter if you're in a Prius or a Lamborghini, they all have their own unique thing. So this is a cool thing to experience.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't think Chris is really gonna it's nothing new, right? He's been in a million cars. He's still gonna find
life is good. It's all about enjoying it. This is amazing.
Awesome, dude. Here we go.
Those shifts are awesome.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, that is so good.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
That's got to be addicting to just want to always do that.
Yeah, I've had Aventadors for a number of years now, and when you have it, unfortunately, I guess the luster kind of wears off.
I get what you mean. It's like having that house on the beach, right?
Yeah,
eventually the sunsets are another sunset.
Yeah,
compared to if you go to a hotel or somewhere where you don't own it, right?
Exactly.
And you only see it once a year, it's more special.
100%.
I get it.
So having it over the years, it was cool, but that's what really inspired us to do these ride-alongs, because I get to re-experience.
Each one of those is unique now because of the person in the passenger seat.
Yeah, and recently this kid named Aiden, man, he lost it.
Yeah.
And it just completely just refreshed my memory as to what it was like to first get into this car.
That's cool.
Oh,
yeah, you can't see it, but there's a smile under the helmet. My cheeks are hurting a little bit, It's cool.
Oh, I'm glad you could make it, man. It's an honor to have you a part, Chris. It's an honor.
This is what it's all about. The car community here, this is exactly what it is.
Yeah, and I'm sure being in Florida, it's so car-centric. It's always sunny. There's always car shows going on.
Yep. People cruising their cars all the time. It's it's all good stuff.
So you got any big plans or ideas for the future, or things you...
Turboing the Del Sol.
Hey guys, Chrisfix here. It is official. Project Del Sol Turbo has been restarted.
That's the big thing. I got that Del Sol that needs to get a turbo on it. Next video is fixing the shifter. Right now the shifter is so loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
And I need to have those crisp, direct shifts. So that's the next thing. Then I got to do the rear suspension. I want to change the drum brakes to disc brakes, because I want to be able to do things the right way. I have this turbo going in, but I don't want people just slap a turbo on it and send it. I want to show them hey, there's other things you need to do, which are cheap, inexpensive, to make it safe and also fun. You don't want to just throw a turbo on it and then you can't shift right, or you blow your engine. You want to do things kind of the right way. So that's kind of the direction I'm going.
With as much experience as you got to do it the right way, or you're right back in the shop.
Exactly.
You're spending more time in the shop than on the road.
100%.
Now, well, I know you've always done a phenomenal job with your fans.
Thank you.
I remember meeting you years ago. You came here, and it was a pleasure to meet you then, and it's a pleasure to reconnect with you now, Chris. I appreciate you coming along and join the ride with me.
Yeah, thank you for the ride along. This thing is a beast. Such a nice car.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother.
You're a good dude.
You as well, Chris.
Very nice meeting
It's
you.
a pleasure, man.